All right. Is this thing on? Of course it is. Uh, so still down south. I'm somewhere down I'm actually in Georgia right now. I'm in ATL. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. This is not gonna be long. It's pretty much just gonna be me, just ranting, raving, and talk about certain things that I actually been watching lately on the on these YouTube streets. Hey, what's going on? Whoever is in the comment section right now, what's up? So I'm gonna give it a few minutes for the live stream to start. Hey, hold on a second. So, how are you guys handling the whole coronavirus thing? Has this thing got you scared yet? Well, yeah, it was pretty hot, man. Down south is Oh, let's see. First, I was in Georgia. Actually, no, wait. I was in Texas, and then from Texas, I went to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee, I was in Georgia, and from Georgia, I think I went back to. Oh wait, no, scratch that. I was in Georgia before. Oh, where was the last place I was? Oh my God, dude. I've been in. I think in this week, I've seen so many new. I've visited so many new states that I didn't even think my job would actually be sending me there. So when I first got when my dispatcher told me I was going to Texas, I started doing my my little happy dance, you know. So that was fun. And then my tablet crashed, so I couldn't even use the trucking GPS. I had to rely on map as well as my phone GPS and stuff like that. The good news is if I was in the Northeast, I wouldn't be able to do that because in the Northeast there are so many bridges, there are so many clusterfuck. If I had gone to the wrong, let's say let's say if I go to the wrong exit or anything of that sort, then there will be a possibility of me going under a bridge that's too low. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's one of my artwork. It's actually not done yet. It's in Poland right now. Oh, what's going on, Steven? How you doing? Hey Siri, how you doing, sexy? Yeah, so basically I had to drive pretty much around without um my trucking GPS. So I had to use my other not my phone. Not my phone. I had to use my tablet. I have a personal tablet, so I had to use that for my GPS and stuff. And then use my phone to listen to my music or some I like to listen to audiobook. Hey, you've been waiting for me. Good. I like you waiting for me. So yeah, I've been using my audiobook pretty much. I've been using all audiobooks when I'm driving, so I get to listen to stuff, which is fun. Some people got playlists, but when you come across certain books, and it's actually fun, man. Like let's see, the latest book I've been listening to right now is from Bernard Cromwell. It's what's the name of it? Hold on, I'll find out. It's called 1356. So it's an interesting novel. Yeah, Bernard Cromwell. I used to listen to I used to actually read his books back when we were in England. Uh, hey babe, do you remember this character called Thomas Cromwell? I mean, no, not Thomas Cromwell. Thomas Hookton. It started with started off with the series The Vagabond, and then it's like this archer that kind of climbed his way in the rank, and the story is pretty dope, man. And now I'm listening to the latest. Um, I don't know whatever the book coming up at the same time because it's hard for me to actually get through the order of it. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about books today. So I've been watching. There has been a lot of beef. Yeah, the Vagabond. It was an interesting series, right? Yeah. So that's one of the things that we're gonna have to start getting again. Like we're gonna have to start stacking up on our books collection again because we yeah we had a really nice library back in England. But anyways, so this is what I see been going on in YouTube, right? Hey, what's up, Xena? How you doing? So there has been a lot of beef lately, right? There's a lot of misunderstanding that start off with disagreement, that start off with it's a whole clusterfuck. What's going on, Big J? Yeah, so this is what I've seen. First, we got to ask ourselves, like, why do we actually start our YouTube channel? Why did we start YouTube? Period. And everybody's everybody's different. Everybody's reason is different because it's usually start off with, let's say, a response to somebody, right? Or you might be listening to your favorite YouTubers, or you're listening to YouTube, period, and then you come across certain information that you might not agree with. So then you voice out your opinion, and then some of your opinion might be successful, some of it might get the certain attention that you might like or you might not like. However, the more controversial the topic, then the more divisive it becomes. So then what tends to occur is, like, let's say that you do certain videos, right, about certain topics that you don't agree with. Say, for example, if you're a white person and then you constantly hearing things from, let's say, black people telling you how racist white people are. And then you might get fed up with this. You know what? I'm gonna make a YouTube channel and talk about how I feel in the situation, right? And then boom, you might get a lot of attention that comes your way, some positive, some negative. Same thing. Let's say that you're a dark skinned woman, and then you might wanna, you might get tired of people talking shit about how dark skinned girls act or react. And then you might wanna, you start off one or two videos, and then you might, talk about your perspective. Same thing if you light skin. Same thing if you are, interracial. Same thing if it doesn't matter, right? However, this is what usually tends to happen when you voice your opinion on a particular subject, and you are now going through the comment section reading somebody's post, and some of the people that you start attracting, they might have a negative reaction towards what you are saying. Some people might feed off of that negativity. They might be like, oh yeah, they pissed off, all right, fine, screw it, I'm gonna start trolling them too. Kind of felt like a need to correct some of the misconception towards Dominicans. So I get that. Yeah. So that usually tends to happen, right? However, so then what starts to happen now, right? Let's say you make one video about a subject and then you get some backlash. And then you like, you know what? People try to misunderstood me. I'm gonna try to clarify myself. You make another video and then another video. And before you know it, right? you um you're gonna have people coming up to you. Some of them wholeheartedly agree with you what you're saying, and some of them despise you because of what you're saying. And then the more they despise you, then the more they try to actually, you know, be disrespectful towards you. And that disrespect now kind of prompts you to respond to that type of demographic. And before you know it, that demographic now becomes the main staple of your content. So then, say let's say that, okay, you talk about light skin people, how they are being bashed or whatever the case may be. And then now you have a whole bunch of dark skinned people now talking shit to you on your comment section. So then now you feel you have to respond, and a lot of things that tend to occur. You have the people that also tend to agree with you, a lot of them, they just like the drama. They just like to sit back and instigate shit. So for more and more, your point of view is being pushed to the extreme, but not because you truly believe in the extreme of things, but because every time someone try to um disprove whatever you're saying, but in a confrontational sort of way, so then you just double down. You just you dig your trenches, and then you become more your conviction becomes stronger because someone is trying to prove you wrong, but deep down what you're saying is true, is fact. So that's why you tend to now start to have the polarization. And the people in your comment section now, some of them, they might end up saying some of the most outrageous type of bullshit, right? But correcting them feel like you might lose an ally, or you might lose because they become some of the guard dogs that keep some of the trolls away from your channel. So even though some of the shit that they may say, right, you might disagree. Okay, I'm gonna like an example, right? I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So when I first listened to Kim's video, right, and then I listened to him, I'm like, yeah, he got a lot of good point, and I understand what he's saying, but yeah, he's an asshole, right? So I made that decision based on what he was saying, based on the way he said it, and then my conclusion was like, he's telling the truth, but the way he said it, it just appears too controversial. So I can understand why he was getting some of the backlash he was getting. However, like I like puzzles, right? I'm the type of person that I like to kind of figure people out. So in a way to kind of like break them apart into smaller component and try to see through the reason why they do some of the things that they do. And looking for the motive behind their actions. See, I don't look at people based on the banners which they fight under. Because I have plenty of people that I'm cool with. Some of them call themselves SYSBN. Some of them call themselves MGTOW. Some of them call themselves, I don't know, feminist. Some of them call themselves, pro-black or whatever ideology that you subscribe to. I don't look at the banner. I look at the individual. I look at the individual. So if what you're saying doesn't match your action, then that's when you start coming across as someone that's full of shit. Because I like honest conversation. I like not debate per se. I like conversation, not so much as debate, because to me, debate is a waste of time. There's a lot of talking point that just come through, and then people are just arguing talking points based on what they were able to regurgitate from their cult. You know, so if you're a MGTOW, then the most of the things you're gonna argue is about, like, you're gonna bring about the divorce rate. You're gonna bring about like child support. You're gonna bring about this shit, right? If you are a feminist, you're gonna bring up the pay gap, or you're gonna bring about, like, men are evil. You're gonna bring up this. You're gonna bring up that. If you're pro-black, you're gonna bring about, like, how white men are oppressing you, and then you're gonna give some example about how that's happening. You know, if you are, let's say you are Dominican that actually don't like Haitians, then you're gonna bring about the period of time Haiti invaded Dominican Republic. And if you are Haitian that you super Haitian, and then you wanna talk shit about Dominicans, you talk about the parsley war, you did shit like that, right? So everybody have grievances. Everybody feel justified as to why they talk shit. Everybody feels the need that whatever I'm saying is right. My stance is the right stand, and these are the example why I believe the way I believe. And God damn it, you cannot convince me otherwise. But you know what? I don't care about none of that shit, because at the end of the day, if I'm trying to have a conversation with you, right, or if I'm having a conversation with you, and then you are being disrespectful to me in an individual basis, or you're being disrespectful towards someone I care about, or whatever the case may be, then I start looking at you sideways. Then I start looking at you like, all right, maybe you just a cunt. And people just don't fuck with you because you have that personality to which like your whatever you believe in, your stance doesn't match your action. So technically you don't believe in what you're saying. You just saying it just so you could win an argument. And now when it comes down to the troll thing, when it comes down to these people that just want to troll and and or better yet, they're the one that actually want to add fuels to the fire whenever there's a misunderstanding that's going on. So what's tend to occur, right? Let's say that somebody don't like me, and then but someone make a video counteracting whatever I'm saying, right? Might have a different opinion to what I'm saying. So then the person that don't like me would go to that other person's channel and then try to have this chameleon, effect, kissing up to the other person's ass. Be like, yeah, you know what? Yo, I totally agree with you. That Art Banaka man, yeah, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's a fraud. He's this, he's that. So then started to talk shit about me. So then we'll actually build up an image towards the other person, what they should think of me. All right. And then so it's like, even though a lot of these people, right, a lot of these trolls, yeah, exactly, they egg them on. So a lot of these trolls, the people that they're kissing ass to at the moment, if they would have met that person in real life, I'm gonna give you like, okay, there was I had left a message to this to another YouTuber, which she was having some issue with in the YouTube sphere, shit like that, right? Drama going on, all this shit, blah blah blah. And then I'm looking at some of the comment section, and then you have a whole bunch of people talking shit about the person that she's having trouble with. And then I recognized one of them trolls that's just trying to egg her on. And then I'm like, yo, only if she knew exactly who that type of person is, right? The type of person that would say some shit like, all women are good for is to just lay on their back and just stick the D. They're useless. All women are good for is, just to be used as a cum dumpster and all that shit, like, right? And then, so they will be disrespectful towards people's wives. They will be disrespectful towards, let's say, people's relationship. But during that time, the fact that the person that they're addressing are against another person that they don't like, so then they're gonna try to play this whole chameleon effect, try to make it seem like, yeah, I'm on your side. Yeah, yeah, girl. This dude right here you talking to, yeah, he's a sucker. He's doing this, he's doing that. And that's a bitch move. But to them, it's like they enjoy the division. They revel in it. And the more they can divide and conquer, then the less people pay attention to exactly who they are as an individual. So they get to hide behind the banners such as SYSBN. They get to hide behind the banners of pro-black. They get to hide behind the banners of um, whatever you subscribe to, whatever ideology you subscribe to, because it doesn't really matter. If you're a toxic person, you never had the chance to actually look from within and solve your own issue from a personal perspective, then no matter where the fuck you go through, you're gonna bring that toxicity with you. It doesn't matter. No group gonna cure that shit. No ideology gonna cure that shit. So and then that's where you have all these drama begins. And versus and those folks that they try to talk shit about me to them, and when they finally have a conversation with me, they're like, huh, you're not really that monster I thought you were. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I know exactly who you're talking. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ex Tina. So, so then, which is the same thing. Like a lot of people that I come across on YouTube, right? And I try to, I listen to what they have to say, and I try to see past the rhetorics, and as well, I try to see past the comment section, because in the comment section, people are gonna always try to take things to the extreme. So then the comment section is not a reflection of, well, it can be a reflection to the YouTuber, to the YouTube's content, but it's not that person per se. So then therefore I try to see beyond the facade. And then whenever I comes through and then after I peel as much layers as possible. And if that person is not redeemable, that's when I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna waste my time, right? And that's what happened to this individual. I think you and I already know who I'm talking about. This, he has many different accounts now, whatever, call himself Black Man X or whatever the case may be, right? And because I see this individual try to reinvent himself now, because after having a colossal spanking, I mean, he got pegged, he got, he got used as a punching bag. I think he kind of enjoyed that too. He used me as a punching bag. All right. So all that shit, right? So after being, after his skirt was lifted, and then now the mission is for that individual to actually reinvent himself in a more positive light, to become this chameleon so then those who don't know him yet, he can actually, play the narcissistic role that he had always had the chance to do so. And then in order for that to do that, then he constantly now have to try to find a way to warn people about me. Right? Yo, I know he stayed bringing me up though, which is funny, because like he doesn't realize that he's actually, I mean, listen, he's my best groupie, right? Which I like that about him, because people that don't even know who the hell I am, by the fact that he keeps bringing me up, and then it kind of creates that aura around me. It's like, okay, is this guy an asshole? Is he this? Is he that? And then that level of curiosity sometimes is what spark interest into what I have to say. So then, therefore, whenever they come across either my content or just having a conversation with me, and they're like, "Huh, all right, you ain't that bad, right?" But the thing about it is, like, the fact that I don't really care how other people perceive me, right? Just so I know that I know who I am, and therefore, the people that I talk to, they get to know part of me, whatever I'm willing to show them. Whether it's my dangerous side, or whether it's my good nature, or whether just me being me. So I don't have to hold my tongues, but at the same time, I don't have to go out of my way to be disrespectful to someone, because to me, it's like, what's the point? Why find the feud when you gotta wait for the feud to come to you? So that's why I don't really have too many trolls. And whenever I would have like some that will come through and just say whatever they have to say, I'll probably spank them around here and there, and then they leave. But those with the biggest ego, they kind of stick around for as long as possible, until I'm done, wiping till I'm done using them as a toilet paper, and then they get discarded, and they're, forever scars. But I cannot, you know, like, not too many people have my temperament. So then, therefore, I do understand the frustration some of these YouTubers go through when they have to deal with trolls, or when they have to deal with the back and forth with other YouTubers, and they're being egged on by those in their comment section, to which they don't give a fuck about them. All they're doing is actually just stroking the fire to add more fuels. And if anybody truly sit down, right, and truly sit down and focus more on what they have in common than what they have, rather than their differences, and then they're gonna start realizing, like, all right, I can agree to that. I understand what you're saying. I like what you're saying. I just don't like the way you said it. Because at the end of the day, it's ego. At the end of the day, it's a ego thing that's going on. It's like, people don't like to be talked to a certain way. Or sometimes when you make broad generalization, and you feel like part of your characteristic is being attacked, right? Maybe you might have certain level of insecurity about you. And then, some random YouTuber says something, be like, hold on, wait a minute. Is he talking about me? Wait a minute. Why is he talking about, Haitians that way? Why is he talking about black people that way? Why is he talking about white people that way? So it's like, you feel like a part of you is being attacked. So then your automatic response is to, like, you know what? I'm gonna have to get on my laptop and shit like that. You go, you become that keyboard warrior, right? Or, you might comment, and then going that little back and forth and shit. And the person doesn't really know you, don't really give a fuck about you. So he's looking at you like, you coming at him gun blazing. And then now he's like, oh, for real? You gonna attack me like that? All right, fine. So then they double down on whatever the rhetoric they're spewing instead of actually everybody just taking a chill pill. Be like, all right, I first gotta find out whether or not your reaction is genuine. So if I say something that you don't agree with, all right, cool. Why did I say that you find untruth, right? And then like breaking it down from there, it's kind of like you break that person's shield or whatever the case may be. But when you coming at it from an ego perspective, you're always gonna have those clash. And then the more you go back and forth, the more you go back and forth, and then the bigger shit goes. And then to the point that you beefing with someone, you really don't know why. You really don't know why you don't like that motherfucker. And then you have that label placed on them. Oh, he's racist. Oh, he's sexist. Oh, he's this. He's that. And so many bullshit. Yeah, I think people associate themselves with their opinion as if their opinion. So when someone disagrees, they feel personally rejected. Yeah, I mean that is a major thing too. And it's like also he when when people reject your opinion, it's because that's not their experience. So then if that's not their experience, then it doesn't mean that what you're saying there isn't some validity to it. It just means that, all right, I'm not convinced. Because your experience is not a representation. Hey, what's up, Radical? Your experience is not it's not a your experience is not a representation of the whole pie. It's like a slice of it. It's the same thing like, when I talk about religion, right? And then when we have like so many religion out there, so many different aspects of what God is. So it kind of feels the same way as like so many aspects of what is the truth, you know. And if we're going through, let's say the Google Bible, then the truth is whatever you feel it is. You just type in and you're gonna find articles that's gonna back up your claim, you know. And then that's where it becomes so dangerous because now your ideology becomes who you are, you know. Being black now becomes your whole being. So then anything that any criticism of black people is a criticism of you, you know. Being a woman is your whole characteristic, so any criticism of a particular woman is a criticism of you, being SYSBN or being whatever the fuck you claim to be. Then anyone who criticizes that is a personal criticism of you. That is one aspect. And the other aspect now are those who don't believe in what they're preaching, but now they want to hide behind those identity just so they can remain an asshole. You know, and it's like, oh, you don't like me? You don't like me because I'm just loud and obnoxious. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, fuck you. You are racist. No, I'm talking about you, dude. You ain't shit. Oh, no, you just hating on black people, man. Like, really? So if I talk shit about you, I'm talking shit about the whole race, and it's the same thing with everybody else, you know? It's like, you criticize Muslim or you criticize Christianity. All of a sudden, dude, these are the folks that's like, if you don't get the chance to get to know, sometimes you got to take a chill pill, right? And which is good though, because here's, I think, where I do have an advantage, right? Here's where I do have an advantage. Like, Sirius is kind of like, okay, she's the main person I vent to. I wake up in the day, I have something exciting to do. Like, she's the first person I call. I'm like, yo, you would not believe this shit. You got to check this out, right? She does the same thing, right? So we constantly bouncing ideas back and forth. So we do have each other to do that. However, like, we live in a society to which the majority of people are just lonely. And even those who are in a relationship feel like they don't have anybody to talk to. So it's like, even though everybody, hey, what's going on, truth teacher? What's going on, man? So even though you might be in a relationship, but you're still feeling alone. So then therefore, that connection to the world, or the genuine connection to another individual. Most people don't have that anymore. So then, therefore, YouTube becomes that platform to which now they can either garner support, or they can get people to either sympathize with them, or to make them feel alive, somewhat like somebody give a fuck about them, right? And then so once that happens, it's easy to surround yourself in an echo chamber. It's easy to do that because you don't, most of them don't have that real world connection with people. And that's where it becomes dangerous. And that's where it becomes like, this clusterfuck to which now, all right, I'm team light skin, you team dark skin, I'm team pro black, you team immigrant, you team Republican, you team Democrat, dude, it's like a whole bunch of cults, a whole bunch of cults, because nobody really has anyone in their side. So then we try to find our tribe based on shared ideology, you know, or claiming to be part of that ideology. So yeah, like, okay, like when you take, let's say, MGTOW for instance, right? Because Penny Proud like to cover MGTOW a lot, so I get to check it out, and I'm looking at some of the fuckery that's going on, and then you see, they're beefing, they're doing this, and I'm like, okay, so there's no woman involved. So I'm wondering how they're gonna find a way to blame whatever the fuck is going on with them right now on women, right? And then so, and it's the same thing where you could have like a whole bunch of females, but for some weird reason, they might, you know, band together under the banner of, men and shit. But once you put all these females together and shit like that, right? For some weird reason, they can't get along. So is it men, or is it, you know, personality clash? And I think that's where it all mixed up. People, it's like you try to identify who the enemy is based on the badge they're wearing. And once you actually, once you have, you cannot dig, you don't dig enough under the surface to find out who that person is before you dismiss them, then you're gonna remain shallow. You're gonna have these, I don't know, like fake virtues. You're gonna have these um fake belief system, which it can easily get blown with the wind. It's like your belief system is whatever your idol says it is. you know Today might be like, let's say today the Wuhan virus, you know yesterday the Chinese virus wasn't a racial slur, but today it is. Because why? Your favorite, the people that you look up to, said so. um you know it's like, it's all this different shit that comes through. Now you have, it's a clusterfuck, man. It's a clusterfuck. But at the end of the day, if you don't take the time to figure yourself out, to get to know yourself, then you simply gonna, do a great disservice to who you truly are. To who you, not who you truly are, but who you can actually become as an individual. Because we all come across a lot of hurdles in our lives. We all come across a lot of things that could have just break us apart, man. A lot of bullshit, whether it's from a toxic home, whether it's from like our parents died from an early age, or whether it's like, we lost someone that we really care about, whether it's a harsh breakup, whether it's like whatever the case may be, we all went through certain shit that could have break us. But the difference is some of us go through it and decide to no longer be a victim and actually thrive. And some of them go through it and actually use that calamity as a way to actually, to frighten them, to the point to which they don't, they want to stop trying now. Because what's the point of trusting anyone? Because everybody's gonna screw me over. What's the point of getting married? Because women ain't shit, or dudes ain't shit. what's the point of, you know, having any black friends? Because all black people do is this and that. What's the point of having any white friends? Because all white people do is this and that. You know, as a Haitian, what's the point of me being friends with Dominicans because they think Haitians and shit? And as a Dominican, what's the point of being friends with a Haitian because they hate us? You know, so there's like so many reasons why we should not like each other. There's so many reasons why we should hate each other. There's so many reasons why. But then you think about it, it's like that, right? You hear a little song that goes, my neck, my back, and then you're like, oh, that's my shit from back in the days, right? Or you listen to, what's your fantasy? I have hip hop. You have so many shit in common, right? So you have so many things in common. So instead of focusing on the things that you have in common, you rather focus on the things that divide you. You know? Yeah. So and the people that actually thrive on that division, they encourage it. Like, hey, Xtina, did you hear what this girl said about you, girl? And then Xtina be like, wait, what? For real? No, I don't think so, right? And it's like that type of bullshit that just like keep throwing little rocks here and there in order to make whatever is going on bigger and bigger and bigger. And all the while now, without you realizing it, your channel becomes about one thing. Your channel just have that one major focus because you let other people isolate what you should talk about. You know, because I'm pretty sure like say like I had the chance to talk to a non um a non-black man, right? And then like one of the reason why he actually started to advocate for light-skinned people because A, his wife is light-skinned, and B, he have light-skinned children. So then therefore, and then just talking about his love or admiration for his wife and stuff, and then he was getting attacked with that. So he always felt like he constantly had to defend it. And then before whole and behold, before you know it, his whole platform now is about that. You know, like take me for instance. I come to YouTube and then all I'm hearing is these motherfuckers saying that, man, listen, yo, you married, yo, your wife, when I see guys, their married life sucks. They're doing this, they're doing that, and I'm like, that's not really my experience, right? And then so then I get attacked just for claiming that, listen, not all relationship is bad. I get attacked for saying that not because because someone's a single mom doesn't mean that she's the worst thing in the world. I get attacked for saying that like, okay, I do understand like, oh, I get attacked for saying that like you know, um not black people is it's like there are a lot of good shit about black people, or there are some things I don't like about black people, right? Or I just get attacked just for criticizing black people, which was criticizing white people, and this shit happens. So then I could have easily find myself in a niche and focus on that. But to me, it's like, why the fuck would I allow people that I don't know or don't really give a shit about to dictate who I am and what I'm supposed to talk about? All right. So I welcome people that are genuine. I welcome people that are actually truthful because there's a lot of hurt people out there, right? There's a lot of us that still try to figure out who we are as individual. And when we come across this cult, it's easy to just get sucked down in this rabbit hole. It's easy to actually your mind because like as soon as they say something that you might agree with, and then before you know it, you go deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where like anybody who actually says something opposed to what you have you have come to accept becomes a threat to you, becomes a threat to your your belief system. And what do people usually do? They tend to fight against it. They tend to try to rebel against it. And and sometimes they're vicious about it and all this shit. So yeah, that, that's where you have all this beef coming from. So it's not that serious. I see beyond the talking point. I try to see the person's personality. You know, like when I first came here and stuff, right? Sometimes John Hurst used to, did not get along with Kim, or or Stephen Rose and stuff like that. He might still not get along with them. But however, there's I see the transition to now him just like, tolerance, I guess in a sense, right? You know, tolerance, yeah. And it's like I think in out of respect for my platform, is like, what, I'm not like these motherfuckers, but because of you, Art, I'm not gonna troll them. And I appreciate that. Right. And it's like whoever you might not get along with, but having the respect enough in my comment section to actually treat each other like human being, treat each other with respect. You know, sometimes he might not even be respect. It's like there's a difference between not getting respect and being disrespected, right? So then, therefore, like some people, the people that don't respect me, I don't care about that. You might not respect me, but you disrespected me now. I have to do something about it. And everybody needs to have a certain line they need to draw in the sand. And then without having that type of conviction, what are they? You get attacked because Siri is a woman. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing though, because like it's it's so easy. Listen, the disrespect is so easy to happen because it's like a defense mechanism, you know? And that defense mechanism and stuff like that, right? That's their shield. That's who they are. That's what they try to do. Hold on. Oh my God, you know what I found out at the psychiatrist? Part of my views of the world being a terrible place isn't because it's actually a catastrophe. I think it's because of all right, cool. Hey, listen, that's the thing, man. It's like we have so much shit that is wrong with us. And then we try to make it through life, try to find out how we can add value into our surrounding. Because adding value to our society, then in a way, is like that's how people interact with each other. If you're mean or if you're a nasty person, if you like, you are that type of motherfucker that is just like not a good person, right? You try to get that idea of people should fear you. You demand power, you demand respect without you earning it. Then how long you think people are gonna tolerate that, right? And I had to think really hard about what is my motivation here on YouTube. You know, like what is it I'm looking for here? It's like what is this channel about? And to me, it's like I like puzzles. I like my I like being observant. I like to figure people out. I like to actually dissect them into what makes people tick, right? And then to be able to get a broader understanding of why people do certain things that they do. I don't know. It's like like I said, it's a puzzle to me. I like to figure this shit out, and that's what I'm doing here on YouTube, in a way to like talk to various aspects of life, and then to kind of break down those barriers, to break down those stereotypes. You know, if you believe that black people are a certain way, but then I talk to black people that are the total opposite of what you are bred to believe. If you think that women supposed to be a certain way, all women are evil, and I talk to certain women that show you the total opposite of what it truly is. Relationship is evil, and then you see the total opposite of what you believe it is. It's like all those stereotypes stems from somewhere, right? But without the ability to actually talk about it, without the ability to find out why is it the way it is, you know some people might say that, well, the world, it is what it is, but okay, but it could be something different. It could be something more beautiful. Yeah, we're surrounded, we live in hell, but we each can have the ability to create our own little paradise. And it's not my responsibility to make you happy. It's your responsibility to make yourself happy. You know, I can help, I can give advice, I can do this, I can do that, but at the end of the day, I have no control of your happiness. Just like you have no control over my happiness. And I think that's that responsibility that we all owe to ourselves, to be happy, to live life, man. Not just living, but to actually live life. I guess that's it, man. Shit, 45 minutes already. Holy crap. But yeah, I think that's pretty much, I'm not keeping you guys for long. Um that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, you know. But anyway, so thank you guys for coming here. Share, like, comment, subscribe. And oh wait, where's that? Well, the funny part about it, what, RL is white as fuck too. Who's RL? Oh, Radical Latino. Oh, gotcha. I mean, I never talked to Radical Latino. I think I only saw one video of him, and that was when he was doing an interview with Xena. I think that was the only one I saw of him. I haven't really had the chance to I, Radical Latina. I haven't had the chance to really follow his stuff and everything like that, right? So listen, I met a lot of people based on controversy, right? Truth Teacher. That's how I came across Truth Teacher. That's how I came across, Cam, Stephen Rose, Shaolin Fantastic, um, now Radical Feminist. You know, I come, a- I come, listen, I come across a lot of you guys based on crazy shit that was going on, right? Like I never knew about, you know, a non-black man and his wife until John Hurst come through the comment section and be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, QB and so and so having a live stream right now, and I'm like, oh shit. Yo, so and then when I checked it out, and the next thing I know, and I see like a whole clusterfuck is going on in the comment section, and that kind of so that kind of, I guess in a way kind of inspired this video as to like why people kind of go overboard when it comes to like being too attached of their ideology, and it's because like their ideology becomes who they are instead of explaining a certain asset in life. You know, how can you claim to be going your own way, but you become enslaved by a movement to which you can't even go your own way? How can you claim to be part of this group, but for some reason, the second you deviate from the core idea of this group, you get attacked by your own peers? How can you claim to be from this core and that core? And it's like, dude, come on. You know, you have to step away from your comfort zone. You have to see that the world is way bigger than it is, man. The world is so full of wonders. There's so many shit out there you can explore. But you stuck in that one little facet in life as if that's all there is to know about life. No, man. It is worth it going outside of your bubbles. It is worth it coming across people that you probably should have never get along with. And for some weird reason, you just finding yourself talking shit that has nothing to do with either ideology. It is worth it to just like, just grab a beer, man. Like, listen, put it this way, right? I see my platform now as this virtual smokers lounge. This is my platform now, right? When you used to chill with your friends, you light up a blunt, or you drinking, having a good time and shit like that, right? Or sometimes you're not even like going all berserk and shit like that. You just talking about like theories and shit like that, right? Coming across with some of the most crazy tinfoil hat experience type of shit. Yeah, that's my platform. That is my platform. to which is like, people are just sharing some of their ideas, right? And everybody, it's like a circle of, you know, oh, I didn't see things this way. All right, well, that's a good something, like, Shaolin will share a link with me about, I don't know, Civilization 1, 2, whatever the case may be. Or, Sirius will come through, send me an article, but like, hey, babe, you got to check this out. What do you think? You know, it's like, I share a video, John Hurst is telling me, like, check out this program for video editing, or, Xena showing me, some videos and shit like that. It's like all so many different people just like, sharing information. Yeah, I guess that's my platform. A place you could come through and you just like, you smoking that virtual weed and you just having some fun chatting with some friends and shit like that. And everybody's having a conversation, not a debate, not a, shouting match, none of that shit. You're chilling, having a conversation. That's my platform. And that's what I want to thrive towards. A place to which you can come through and actually be yourself without feeling the need that, like, um, people gonna shut you down, or, well, technically sometimes people will shut you down because it's not a place to which, like, uh, it's not a place to which that it becomes where, you're looking for sympathy, because ain't no victim around here. I try not to breed this whole victim culture, this whole victim mindset. It's a place to which, yeah, we all have issues, we all have problems, we all have ideas in our head and stuff like that, and we all just chatting. And therefore, sometimes advice gets passed around. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your life. That's it. That's my platform. But anyway, so yeah, yes, that conversation we had yesterday with Shaolin, man, and Stephen Rose, and yeah, that was freaking awesome. And John Hurst, you need to get some what you gonna call it? I don't know, whatever the case may be, but we got to do a podcast one of these days, man, because you've been one of my longest subscribers, and all you do is just type, type, type. We got to chat sometime, man. But anyway, so thank you guys for coming through. I really appreciate it. And before you know it, a bloody hour just come through already. So let me get the hell out of here. All right, so share, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Hey, I want to know what you guys think about this whole beef shit. So let it know in the comment section. All right, I'm out of here, guys. See ya.